Hello, everybody. This is Joshua Hayes of BigWaveTrading.com coming to you with August 18th stock market wrap-up for you on the 19th. I apologize for not getting a video 2 done again last night. I do so much work in a day that by the time I get to the video 2 section, I'm normally beat. And if I'm beat, I just can't make it. I wish I could, guys, but I just can't. So anyway, let's go and get started off here with the NASDAQ. Let's start with the NASDAQ this time. You can see it was up 1.30% today, but that does not erase the negative 2.75%. Also, another not good thing to see is that the rally today is coming on volume not much, but a good amount lower than the day before. So there was absolutely no oomph. Definitely getting support rally right here. And in fact, if you look at the NASDAQ after that big long stretch of all those green days, since then, it's been looking pretty toppy. It looks like it's trying to roll over from the end of July to now, and you can see a lot more red bars than green bars. And I know that happened before in June to July, so we'll see if hopefully this is going to be a constructive pullback or not. I'm hoping for the best. I really am. Because another key reason to be hoping for the best is, let me go and look at my other computer right now. My short scans have only 3, 2, and 1 in them. And that was after yesterday of having like only 6 and 7. So we're not getting many shorts out there, and that means that there's less stocks closer to new lows, where it's actually, as oddly as this sounds to some of you, is actually a safer place to go short a stock. Because a stock hitting new lows normally goes on to make lower lows, just like a stock that hits a new 52-week high normally goes on to hit highs. This is a proven historical fact by William O'Neill. Next, let's look at the New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange also had a 1.34% rally. And not also, but, you know, it's close enough to the NASDAQ, as you can see back here, 1.3%. And the volume, once again, lower. Now, let's look at the real brother of it, S&P 500. And what you'll see here is you'll see another lame attempt at a rally. Can't close the high day, but that's no big deal. And 1% gain. Still not going very far for this index at all. Now, something that I was not able to show you yesterday, I don't think. Maybe I did. I think I did. I drew it. No, I did not, because IBD charts were not up yesterday. I want to show you something now. Here's the IBD 8585. Stick with me. I'm going to print the screen. I'm going to bring it over to Paint, and I'm going to put it into Paint so I can show you something. This is my crude way of doing things. Okay, so now I'm going to press that bar, draw the black line. I want to now show you back here in the lows that it made where the relative strength line was. So from right here to here, if the index is making new lows, it should do nothing but rally, like it should be turning and rallying immediately with the pattern. See how this is moving up? I'm drawing black lines here whenever it gets to this. This thing likes to lag. But see how that's going up, all those black lines I'm drawing? Okay, so that's what the relative strength line should be doing. It should be going in this direction up here whenever you see me draw the line in the top of relative strength that's lagging. But instead, it's going down. It's going the exact opposite way of where it should be going during this rally. And what's even more disturbing is that then whenever it makes another low, it breaks down below that. Let's go scroll down so you can see the date in March, April. So you can see that it's breaking down below that low and going to new lows. And then soon after that, it plays around with this little area on the relative strength line, and it breaks down to new lows. All the meanwhile, while the index is barely moving lower, it then starts to rise again over here in May to June. But instead, from May to June, this thing barely moves. And then when it starts to move down, it breaks down again to a new low. And then once again, very importantly, using this as the old lows, it breaks down again here in July and August. And now, after yesterday, it's hitting new lows again. This is multiple negative divergences on the leading stock indexes, which normally lead markets up, but also at the same time they'll lead them down. And you see how this goes down? See relative strength barely goes down? Now I want to show you something here. See how this kind of slopes down? And then here it kind of is basically flat. That was a hint that, you know, maybe we were going to rally and do something good. Instead, we fell way back down, and the relative strength line has just lagged so bad that is, to me, is just a huge warning sign that this is just not a market you want to fall in love with. Now, that was IBD 85.85. Let me show you the 100, as it's just making fresh new lows, and it did it again. So we'll go to paint, put the IBD 100 up there, and you can see that it was already breaking the new lows immediately. Let me drop down so you can see the date. Back here in December, January, if we use that November, December lows, you can see those were taken out immediately in January. However, it fought back above it. But then, even before April came, it broke down below. It tried to get a sneak back above it one last time, and then the major downtrend started. And then you can draw this as the last low support area. And as you can see, since that time, the IBD 100 has been moving up. Up, 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 up. But meanwhile, this index keeps moving lower. And of course, what I didn't show you yesterday was that we finally have a break to new lows. While it was matched only back here about 5 days ago or whatever, yesterday's sell-off took the IBD 100 to new lows on the relative strength line. This is major negative divergence and not a good sign to see in the market with leading stocks, since those normally lead real bull markets and make us cash money. We make a lot of money in markets like 1999, 2003, 2004, 2005, 6, and even 2007. In 2008, it all bit the dust, and this is the first rally since the March 2000 or the May 2000 rally that lasted to about August 2000, where I've seen the relative strength line lag so bad on the leading stocks. And once again, by looking at the IBD, the NASDAQ, you can see the negative divergence here in the relative strength line while the NASDAQ was moving up. And now you can see the NASDAQ getting weak, just like the relative strength line was hinting that it would. So the relative strength line is very important with these indexes, everybody. I can't stress it enough. Let's take a look at how China looked after its nasty day yesterday. Look at this breakdown, and I want to show you something. Here's China making a new high on a closing basis. First off, here's the new high. Look at it rally to new highs. After it hits the relative strength line high here in July, it keeps moving up all the while. Relative strength keeps dropping to the 500. And since this was the leading index, it's very important. Then on the breakdown, it's breaking below support levels that the price is above. Then you get a new high, and once again, new lows on relative strength to the 500, which is just what I compare everything to. Now it's really falling apart, and clearly here, if you can see where this matches here and go back up here, you can see that we're still around 2% higher. So there is some nasty negative divergence that showed up on China before this rollover. But look at how bad this rollover looks. I mean, this is really bad. This was your leading index in the stock market world. Look at it now. This is the leading index of top stocks in the United States market. Look at it barely move higher. Look at it now rolling over. But look at the relative strength. Just ugly. So this is why I was never able to load up on perfect charts. This is why we did not get perfect charts. And I once again feel vindicated on my analysis due to one thing. I traded the uptrend. I made money in the uptrend. But as I was unable to load up on anything. And I told everybody it was because a failure would probably happen sooner or later. And basically, as I heard from one subscriber, all the money he's made from March has been wiped out in this past week. And as you can see here on the IBD 100, it isn't getting ugly yet. The relative strength line shows it all. It lagged the market this bad, which means most of us lagged it bad too. Okay, this was probably a very long part one, as I didn't even check on it. Awesome! It's under 10 minutes. Awesome. And I will be back with part 2 after this. This is only for subscribers. My video technician is out, so enjoy, guys. Aloha.